Why are firecrackers being allowed when AQI in Delhi is declining?
With winter now just about starting, Delhi's air quality has dropped to poor category after 3 months.
With the air quality index exceeding the 200 mark, Delhi is back to having poor air quality.
Why Supreme Court has to take decisions for Delhi's Diwali? Will Delhi ever celebrate without choking? And who is responsible and who protects Delhi and its Diwali? Every year at Diwali, same cycle repeats. Poor air quality, restriction, and the court has to intervene. There is always this dilemma between cultural traditions and environmental governance. And this time the confusion has heightened its level, where we have already GRAP in action, but Supreme Court has allowed firecrackers. Hello everyone, welcome to Vajiram and Ravi's Flash News. My name is Shubhangi Singh, and today we are trying to decode this Delhi's Diwali dilemma, where Supreme Court has allowed firecrackers, but the AQI is already running in the poor category. Let us try to understand this. So once we have to understand this dilemma, you have to understand what has been going on in terms of especially air quality index. So when we are talking about Delhi's air quality index, back on October 14, it had already reached 211, that is in the poor category. And that is why GRAP stage 1 has been activated. Now what is GRAP? GRAP is Graded Response Action Plan. Now this is a plan which is activated once the AQI depends, and you have to understand the ironic thing here is this was also brought in after Supreme Court intervention itself back in 2016, which highlights to another question that why Supreme Court has to now and again intervene for Delhi's air pollution, Delhi's Diwali. Where is the government? We'll go back to that question. Let us focus as of now on this particular part. So one place we are seeing that AQI is so poor that we had to activate the Graded Response Action Plan of stage 1. And on the other hand, Supreme Court has allowed the sale and use of green crackers with specific conditions, that too only for October 18 and October 20. Now this is a contradictory situation which has been created, which will not only create confusion, which will also bring in loopholes, and ultimately as a result, Delhi's Diwali will result into a choking atmosphere which has been created over years and years again. Now let us try to understand this in detail. First thing that we are going to understand that what is GRAP. GRAP is Graded Response Action Plan. This came into existence in 2016 after the Supreme Court directive. This framework was launched by Commission for Air Quality Management in Delhi and nearby regions. Can you tell me in the comment section which ministry is responsible for this? Now seeing the dipping quality, this stage 1 of GRAP has been implemented because the AQI was 211. But GRAP, this whole plan gives us 4 stages where based on AQI, the restrictions are placed so that the air pollution can be controlled. For example, if the stage 1 and the air quality is poor, then the restrictions are enforced in a way so that the overall vehicular emissions and the dust control is managed. So every stage has different restrictions which need to be placed, and this is done in order to control the air pollution. Now one important thing that you have to understand, that this is an emergency response. That means this is a reactive plan, this is not a preventive plan. This will be activated only when this situation comes in based on the AQI levels. Now as soon as the AQI went to 211, stage 1 was activated, and if it goes further down, then we will see other stages being activated as well. Now in this situation, where we were expecting more tightened norms, there came a Supreme Court judgment which allowed the use of green crackers at this Diwali in Delhi NCR, and Supreme Court gave certain reasons for it. Supreme Court said that this is going to be a test case, that they are trying to experiment and understand that how regulation as also traditional celebration can coexist. So this is basically an experiment. And why this experiment is being done? Because there has been an absolute failure when we are talking about firecrackers ban. We have seen firecrackers ban in Delhi for long now, but in reality it does not exist. There has been black sale, there has been smuggling of harmful crackers. Even if when we are talking about ban, we have seen celebrations with firecrackers all along. So maybe if Supreme Court is thinking they are allowing the restricted use, that means on October 19 and 20, given timelines, people might respond to that. Furthermore, Supreme Court has also taken care of proper audit and monitoring, where it has directed CPCB and also state boards to regularly monitor AQI and submit daily reports according to that. But the firecrackers which have been allowed are not the usual ones, they are the green crackers. So does this mean that there will be no pollution at all? No, it won't be like that. Let us understand what exactly are green crackers. Green crackers are basically firecrackers which will contribute to lesser air pollution. How much lesser? They will be responsible for only 30% less emissions. The important things that you can understand from here is that they do not have barium nitrate, and they do not have the harmful barium nitrate, and they also reduce the particulate matter by 30 to 35%. Furthermore, they are low on sound as well as light emission. That directly leads to a significant reduction in nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, and this will comparatively, hopefully, reduce the air pollution. These are the firecrackers which have been developed by NEERI, which is the CSIR lab, as per the Supreme Court order in 2018, and they are mandatorily having QR codes which need to be verified, and they only have licensed traders from where this can be bought. Supreme Court has ordered that there will be no online sales. That means this will not be available on Amazon, Flipkart or any e-commerce website. Now, this alternative that is present in front of us, this will also cause pollution, but only 30% lesser. Now, Supreme Court is hoping that because they have allowed the use in the restricted timeline, hopefully the smuggling, the black use will reduce and people will be considerate, and the lesser emission coming from green crackers will contribute to reduced air pollution. But this stands absolutely contradictory to the fact when Delhi's air quality is already dipping, where we are seeing placement of GRAP 1 stage. I have already explained in a different video that why Delhi will see more severe winters and why there will be need to control air pollution, because this with severe winters we will be seeing severe air pollution. You can go and watch that video. Furthermore, daily at 6 PM and 7 PM I bring new issues which you can watch on our channel. You can subscribe to our channel and you can keep yourself updated with that. Now moving on to the topic. Now we have understood what are green crackers, what has Supreme Court said, we have understood what is GRAP. Now let us try to figure out what exactly and who exactly is right in this given situation. So when we are talking about GRAP 1, it is trying to reduce the particulate pollution. Firecrackers, even the green crackers, they are the one which will be releasing more particulate matter. So we are trying to control, firecrackers will increase it. That means we are at point 0 itself. There are further questions that when we are talking about green firecrackers, there will be multiple enforcement issues. QR will be misused, there will be limited testing, limited audits, poor compliance, which is the usual scenario. But the question remains the same. Now let us also look at the data and see if it tells us something different. As per the data, we have been regularly seeing that AQI between 2018 to 2014, there is no major improvement post Diwali, and the only improvement in which year we have seen, it has been the COVID lockdown year. AQI during Diwali, it goes 3 to 10 times more than the recommended WHO limit in terms of particulate matter, and it is not just because of fireworks, it has atmospheric weather inversion and also stubble burning involved. So while we are not addressing this in appropriate way and we are testing this scenario, this phenomena cannot be helped, and there has been no improvement in this as well. So this clearly shows that Delhi again is heading, because of the chaos, because of the confusion, it is again heading towards a choked Diwali. And when we are talking about Delhi's weather and Delhi's air pollution, let me point it to you that it is not just a weather issue. As we have seen across the presentation, that most of the things have been coming as Supreme Court's direction, be it the GRAP, be it the ban on firecrackers, be it the use of firecrackers. This is showing that judicial activism is on spur, but it is standing against executive inaction. That means it is highlighting it is a governance failure which is rooted in poor coordination and weak accountability. The coordination lacks between central, state and local authorities. Short-term actions are the ones which are being propagated, and they are dominating any sort of long-term prevention that is possible, and this only reflects the weak environmental federalism and weak environmental governance in India, where we are not able to solve one of the biggest problem in our capital of our country. Now, what do you think about it? You can let me know in the comment section. I will leave you with a practice question here. You can put down your answers in the comment section. That was all from my side. You can also leave the suggestions and way forwards in the comment section. I'll be waiting to hear from you. That was all. Thank you so much.